Grover Cleveland took office in March 1885 as the first Democratic president after the Civil War, and his actions, rooted in a philosophy of limited government and financial conservatism, attracted significant criticism for being rigid, prejudicial, and socially harmful. His administration and the Democratic Party of the era are often viewed negatively for a number of policies and actions, especially those touching on social welfare and race. One of the most consequential and heavily criticized actions, representing a profoundly prejudicial and genocidal policy, was the passage of the Dawes General Allotment Act of 1887, an act whose policy groundwork was actively being laid during his first term. This law was designed to destroy the communal life of Native American tribes by dividing reservations into individual family allotments. The racist belief underpinning the act was that traditional Native American culture was inferior and that assimilation into the white model of land ownership was necessary. The land that remained after this division, deemed surplus, was then sold off to non-native settlers, resulting in the loss of millions of acres of Native American territory and an aggressive seizure of wealth, accelerating the destruction of tribal sovereignty and culture. Cleveland's strict adherence to a classical liberal, laissez-faire view of government also produced actions widely criticized as unethical and uncaring in the face of human need. A famous example was his 1887 veto of a bill that would have appropriated $10,000 for seed grain to aid drought-stricken farmers in Texas. He argued that federal aid in such cases encourages the expectation of paternal care on the part of the government and weakens the sturdiness of our national character, a statement seen as an immoral refusal of basic help. Furthermore, he vetoed hundreds of private pension bills for Civil War veterans, arguing many claims were fraudulent, which alienated a massive block of Union veterans and was seen as a lack of gratitude. The president also carried the baggage of his own personal scandal from the 1884 election. The widely publicized affair with Maria Halpin and his subsequent arrangement to institutionalize her against her will to gain custody of their child was continuously used by opponents to characterize Cleveland as manipulative and immoral, even if his actions were technically legal. In essence, the negative legacy of Cleveland and the Democrats in 1885 and immediately after centered on an embrace of a small, non-interventionist government that prioritized financial conservatism over social welfare and that implemented policies like the Dawes Act, which systemically perpetuated racism and the dispossession of Native Americans.